Kirk McDowell here. I want to talk to you about the three massive mistakes that business consultants make that keep them from making irresistible sales offers. Are you a business consultant who would like to make at least $10,000 a month, explode your conversion rate, and make a massive impact with your clients? Are you a conscious person who's tired of living in a world of greed and consumerism? You'd like to be part of the solution and live an extraordinary life of fun and freedom and fulfillment in the process? Well, if that's you, stop what you're doing, bring your attention over to what I'm about to share with you, and gift yourself the next 10 minutes to hear about the three massive mistakes that are literally keeping you from making these irresistible sales offers. So first, I just want to tell you a quick story about how I came to understand these mistakes for myself. So when I was a young man, I wanted to be a success, and I started a copier dealership, and very educational experience, many accomplishments that I'm proud of, and was the beginning of a whole journey for me. But a couple lessons really well learned, right? So one is being in the copier business wasn't my blueprint. It wasn't like wasn't like an inspired purpose, right? I was too young to really even consider that. Secondly, I literally was working myself sick. And I was working myself sick, working someone else's blueprint, like the one I was given, like be successful by doing this, make a lot of money, and making being successful and not having fulfillment is in fact failure, right? So that was, boom, big realization. So I sold the business on doctor's orders, like I was working myself sick with stress, and went in search of fulfillment. And not too long later, I found myself in a big transformational weekend, big transformational course, and I discovered a lot of things. But two things that are critical to this conversation is I discovered I no longer wanted to be a manipulative person, like in any way whatsoever. And I really did want to be a contribution to the world. Both of these things surprised me. So I started leading programs for this company. I was really excited about what they had to offer. And I had a breakthrough, like an expansion in my thinking, a whole new realization that being a contribution and being financially successful really go hand in hand. Like I can't be the contribution that I want to be in the world if I'm not funded or successful or have the resources I need to go and be the contribution that I want to be in the world. So you may have had some experience of this. And so that was a big deal. Like that was kind of the beginning of an adventure, a whole new adventure for myself, and that's the adventure that you and I are here to talk about. So let me talk to you about the three massive mistakes. After really dialing these three things in and putting them into practice within a few weeks, I went from 0% closing rate to over 40%, which was literally 5 times or 500% the average of all the several hundred leaders who are leading exactly the same course that I was. So if you have a discovery call or a course as part of your onboarding process as a business consultant, I'm talking to you, okay? So the three massive mistakes. So the first mistake is I had unconsciously connected or unconsciously created that giving was good and receiving was bad, or giving was better than receiving. Now, a lot of, heart-centered consultants, coaches, healers often find themselves in this situation, and it kind of took me by surprise. Like it wasn't intuitive for me, but I really looking at my life and how I conducted myself, it was clear I had made that decision. And the result of over giving, if you will, is being exhausted and broke and nothing left to give. Like if you can just give until you have nothing left, right? So the realization was it's not better to give than receive. In fact, they're exactly the same thing, and it was rather ignorant of me to try to separate them, like they exist together, right? And the more I receive, the more I have to give, right? This makes perfect sense. So here's a little breakthrough for you right here in this video around receiving, right? So I want you to repeat this phrase after me. The world gets blessed when I receive. Go ahead and say that. Great. So I'm going to say it 3 times. I want you to say it with me. The world gets blessed when I receive. The world gets blessed when I receive. The world gets blessed when I receive. Beautiful. Now just feel into that. Feel into the truth of that. The world gets blessed when I receive. The world's not going to make it unless conscious people like you and I are out creating abundance in our lives, giving our gifts to the world. So beautiful. That's massive mistake number one. We could stop there, and that can make a whole huge big difference. Just keep saying that to yourself. The world gets blessed when I receive, and watch miracles step into your life. Massive mistake number two. If you found your inspiration and desire to contribute to the world and be your full authentic self, and you're not making that abundant life, that $10,000, or living that abundant life, you're almost certainly making this mistake, whether you know it, believe it, like it or not. Here it is. You're either being a manipulative salesperson or being weird, trying not to be that pushy salesperson. Okay, it's easy to be great and wonderful when you're feeling good and they're feeling good and there's no outside pressure or stress. But as we both know in business, there's rarely no outside pressure or stress, and we're rarely all feeling good at the same time, right? So a contribution salesperson is always 100% responsible for their integrity, honoring their word, and, being valuable, like being a contribution, right? So here's the breakthrough. Here's the answer. If you want to get people's attention, because people are being bombarded by messages and marketing and just all that stuff all the time, right? So if you want to get people's attention, you have to be the person people want to do business with. Be the person people want to do business with. Well, what does that mean? Well, just look. What are think of some selling situations that were beautiful for you, and how is that person being? Attentive, they were being the real deal, they cared about you, they listened respectfully. It's simple stuff, right? And so you could actually be those things for your people, right? Do you see that? And that would be a state change. Believe me, people don't do this. And so you could literally be the person people want to do business with. It's a beautiful thing. And if you're stuck there in any way, click the button below, set up a call, and let's talk about that. It's gorgeous. It's a really wonderful way to do business. All right, so that's mistake number 1 and 2. We could stop there, and that could be amazing for you, but we've got one more to go. Mistake number 3, not having the right mentor. This is very important. Having a mentor who understands your journey. Whatever you're going through in this path as a business consultant, trying to either get something that's working to go to the next level, or just get it up and running. I've been there. I know what it's like. I know how you feel. I know what it's like to want to give your heart, and you can make such a difference, and people just don't get it. They don't hear you. People wouldn't do anything I said, or much less pay me to be their business consultant, right? So here's what I have to offer. The answer to having the right mentor is I've cleared my calendar, and I've created a 30-minute contribution sales challenge call, completely free for you. And we're going to do 3 things. It's a 30-minute coaching session. We're going to do three things. We're going to bring clarity to your conscious consulting business and the beautiful life that you want that business to support, right? We're also going to uncover any blocks that are, slowing down your success, having you work too many hours for too little money. And we're going to leave you renewed, inspired, and re-energized to turn your business into a money-making machine that's out there making a difference in the world, sharing your unique gifts with the world, right? So that's the 30-minute challenge call. So it's going to be you and me. I'm super excited. I want to hear all about your conscious consulting business, or the one that you're planning on putting together. I want to hear all about it. So click the button below. There's just a couple of questions to answer, a little application. Get that application filled out. It's just going to be you and me on the phone. I'm super excited. I want to meet you. I want to hear about it. It's going to be an amazing experience and time well spent. So click the button below for your contribution selling challenge call, and then we'll talk for 30 minutes. And I can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.